The following program is rated TV-MALS. It contains strong language and sexual situations. It is intended only for mature audiences. Bert and Ernie come to the haunting realization that since the animatronics for the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie are being made at Jim Henson's Creature Shop, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, once released, will be a fair game for Bert strips. Cookie Monster's attempt to use the broom as a dildo took a drastic turn for the worse when he accidentally ran it all the way through. Ernie wakes in the middle of the night after realizing Bort never returned home after his school field trip to the World Trade Center back in September of 2001. Count Von Count has found the exact amount of people who care about those who use his subreddit to basically only complain about entertainment they don't like. As he drove to Sesame Street, Kurt realized he had forgot where the fluff it was. But when he heard Bert screaming, "They're in the tree, Sarge!" he knew he was in the right place. Cookie Monster happily helped prepare the birthday cake for Ernie's girlfriend, placing the number of candles on it. Emma knows better than to question a man who just tore off half his friend's head to wear as a hat. There's no place for weakness on the Sesame Street. Emma thought he was safe from the rough Snubble Advocate's rampage on Sesame Street. Fortunately, the last thing he would ever hear would be very loud footsteps and heavy breathing. Zoe was about to learn not to go see her favorite Minecraft YouTubers in real life, the hard way. Moments before giving his speech to the town, Big Bird is shot in the head by a sniper, the back of his head blown off by the bullet. Elmo sits in disbelief as the doctor tells him that his insurance provider has decided to drop him and leave him to pay $12,000 in bills. Ernie explains to Elmo an elaborate plan to sneak up on Bert and trigger his Vietnam flashbacks. Elmo is intrigued and agrees to the plan. Wolverine smiles as he prolapses Elmo's colon with his adamantium claws. Since they've been tormenting the little meatball for almost 10 years at this point, Bert and Ernie are curious what the first Bertram Bort in it was. Who named him Bort? Big Bird and his thugs begin their march to raid the house of the Wikipedia editor who marked the page for his citation for deletion for being non-notable. As the council of puppets pose for a picture, only Big Bird sees a nuke heading their way. "Sorry, our relationship had to end this way, Elmo. But Rocco's just hotter than you." After downing a 12-pack of beer, Big Bird stumbles on camera and proceeds to write about the government's lies. Ernie was shocked to find that he'd lost to Cookie Monster in a D-measuring contest. Elmo shows Big Bird where he can drop his mixtape. While everyone around him oohs and ahs and laughs in amusement, Elmo fails to understand why everyone is impressed with a still image of a jar of mayonnaise on TV. The children are fast, but Big Bird is faster. Big Bird explains to Elmo that he's in the wrong motherfucking neighborhood, then proceeds to shank him for his trike. Bear and his gang scream in terror as one of his unmanned missile turrets shoots him down Santa Claus in his sleigh, killing him, the reindeer, the toys, and everyone's Christmas from then on. God had cursed Kermit for his sin, doing him to eternally hear nothing but the screams of the tormented souls of whom he had murdered. After Grover did it, Elmo understood why it was a federal crime to tag off of mattresses. Bert and Ernie watching disbelief as Bort is let out of the Boulder, Colorado supermarket in handcuffs. While his body count is nothing to sneeze at, he could have chosen a more interesting venue for his debut massacre. Ernie eagerly waits for Bert to click the link he sent him, which will take him directly to the worst site on the dark web. The FBI should be arriving within minutes. Kermit's depression makes him isolate away from his friends and family, driving him ever closer to finally committing suicide. On the radio station, Bert and Ernie have a civilized debate about which Legend of Zelda game is the best. Bert can't believe what he just saw. As Ernie cheerfully plays with a banana, the second tower collapses. Like crazy motherfucker Grover actually did it. It was then he suddenly remembered he should have woken Matthew Perry up from his jacuzzi nap like an hour ago. As the soldiers on Pearl Harbor heard Japanese planes flying overhead, Cookie Monster's life flashed before his eyes. His life was kinda sad.